Hi, this is Anita from the Dusty Roads podcast. Today we're going to talk a little bit about living your life as a global citizen. What does it mean to live life as a global citizen? As part of the Dusty Roads and also at our blog, A Bus on a Dusty Road, we talk about living your life as a global citizen. This is something that I'm very passionate about, something that I believe in. That I believe that we all live in this beautiful world, that we are all part of this world, and that whether you're able to travel or not able to travel, we can all live our life as a global citizen. What does it mean to live your life as a global citizen? Well, living your life as a global citizen doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. There's plenty of simple ways that you can do it right now, today. That basically just being concerned about the world around you. Here are 15 ways. I'm going to give you 15 suggestions of ways that you could do it, even without even leaving your home or your hometown. First of all, stay informed about global issues. Global citizens make a habit of stepping out of their echo chamber. They read beyond the borders. That means following international news sources and hearing from journalists in different countries. I do this a lot. I listen to a lot of news. I'm American, but I don't listen to the American news all the time. I listen to the German news in English. I listen to the British news. I even listen to the Middle East news. I listen to all types of news and Chinese news. I'll listen to all types of news to be able to hear what is going on or what is being said in those news sources. It means learning about what's happening in Sudan or Sri Lanka or Peru, not just in your region. The more you know, the more you'll see how connected the global systems are. Climate change, supply chains, public health, war, and peace. I realize that in many parts of the world, that this having a global viewpoint has become less popular. America, as an American, we talk a lot about America first. But even if you believe in America first, it doesn't mean you have to believe that you don't have to understand or know about the world. Even if you believe in your country first, this doesn't mean that you should just discount the rest of the world, because we live in an interconnected world whether we like it or not. Learn another language. Language, one of the deepest expressions of culture. Recently, I learned something new on AI. I learned that you can say to AI, ChatGPT or Gemini, and say, I would like to practice my Spanish or my Chinese or whatever, and they will help you practice. So, now it's even easier to learn a language than it ever was before. You can learn, just a few phrases or a few things can help you. Travel with curiosity, not just with comfort. Learn to go on buses that maybe you're not sure about, or learn to travel, not just relax. Just don't go take the day at the beach. Go and do something else. Go to eat in family-run restaurants. This is one of my greatest passions. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the big chains in America. I like to go to the independent restaurants and meet the owners and the people that are there. That's my passion. Those are the kind of restaurants that I personally enjoy eating at. Be curious, get to know other people. Challenge stereotypes, especially your own. We all carry biases. The difference is whether we recognize and question them. If you hear people saying, people from that country are always blah, 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 maybe pause. Ask where that's coming from. Global citizenship means unlearning lazy narratives and choosing curiosity over judgment. Support ethical and local economies. Vote with your wallet. Go to local places. Don't buy fast fashion, cheap electronics, or food grown under exploited conditions. Help fund systems that don't help fund systems that exploit people. Instead, look for fair trade or small scale sustainable options. We can all do this in our own communities. Engage in a cultural exchange. Global citizenship starts at home. You don't have to board a plane to experience the world. Attend cultural festivals in your own city. A lot of cities and places have a lot of great cultural events that are going on. I grew up in Milwaukee, which always had a great holiday fest that went on, and we actually danced Swedish dance in it because my mother was Swedish. But I used to love going from booth to booth and seeing all the different cultures and trying food from all over the world. You become culturally aware even within your own communities. Advocate for human rights everywhere. If you care about justice, care about it universally. That means using your voice when human rights are violated, whether in your country or halfway across the world. Practice environmental responsibility. The planet is our shared home. Right now it's in crisis. From rising sea levels to deforestation to plastic pollution, global citizens recognize that climate action isn't optional, it's urgent. Reuse, reduce, recycle. We can all do that, especially when you're traveling overseas. Don't throw plastic bottles or other things on the ground. Find a place to be able to throw them out. Stand in solidarity, not pity. People don't need your savior complex. They need respect. Global citizenship isn't about helping the poor or saving others. It's about standing shoulder to shoulder, listening to lived experiences, supporting solutions led by local voices. Educate yourself about global history. You can't understand the present without reckoning with the past. And this is one of the great things about travel, is that you learn about the history, you learn about the past. To really understand a place, you need to understand its past. You can't just understand the present. You need to also understand its past, where they're coming from. Just the same way that when you meet another person, to really understand them, you need to understand a bit about their past, where they're coming from, why they maybe think the way they do, why they maybe act the way they do. If you understand their past, then you can understand who they are. Join and support global movements. You can join a movement. Find a movement that aligns with your values and contribute however you can through time, money, skills, or amplification. Stay humble and keep learning. This is such a great thing, is that you can keep learning. Growth is part of the process. And today's world we live in, learning is it's no longer optional, it's now essential. You need to keep learning all the time. Use tech to connect, not divide. The internet can isolate or can unite. It depends on how you use it. Follow voices from different countries. Listen to podcasts from other cultures. Join global forums. Learn directly from people with lived experiences, not filter through someone else's lens. You can learn online now. Today, the world is smaller than ever. The world is completely flat, and because of the internet, you can learn from others. Support refugees and displaced people. There are 100 million people worldwide that have been displaced by war, persecution, or climate disaster. That's not just statistic, that's a call to action. Help and support them any way that you can, or if you're able to. Vote with global awareness. Even if you only vote in one country, your choice can affect many's. Trade policies, military actions, climate commitments, and foreign aid. They all have global consequences. Use your vote to not just protect your interests, but promote justice and sustainability worldwide. We can all strive to live without borders, even if borders exist. We can, so living as a global citizen doesn't mean you reject your nationality. It doesn't mean that you even don't put your country first. You can still think about your country being first, Germany first, England first, or America first, whatever it might be. But it means, refusing to have walls up. You can be proud of where you're from and fiercely, but yet at the same time, be fiercely curious about where others come from. You can get to know others. You can learn from them. You can honor your roots and reach across the world. You don't need a jet or a fancy lifestyle to do it. You can live in one town your whole life and still think globally, because global citizenship isn't about where you go. It's about how you see, how you connect, and how you are. That's really the key to all of this. It doesn't mean that you have to travel and be constantly traveling, going out to see the world. No. Being a global citizen and living your life as a global citizen is how you connect, how you are, and how you see the world. I've written a blog on this that we'll put in the description, which is entitled, "What Does It Mean to Live Life as a Global Citizen?" If you'd like to be able to read more, you can read our blog on this. We hope that you've enjoyed this, that you will join with us in living your life as a global citizen. This is something that I'm very passionate about. This is something that I love. And we hope that you will subscribe and join with us and be part of this and part of this community and part of this drive to live our life globally, thinking globally and acting globally, and understanding that we do live in a world that is interconnected.